Okay, we'll start out with Evan Bland.
Hey, Will, how I guess packed was that board, the one that you guys record grit plays on? How full was that thing after this one?
Yeah, it's funny you ask. That was one of the things we talked about before the game, a Friday night game, going up against a premium arm like that. Those are the type of things that you got to get done. I mean, you got to get it done on every day. But yeah, a night like tonight, awful lot of big plays on our end that weren't necessarily the big swings, but just a lot of the plays that don't necessarily show up in the box score. Laying down bunt base hits. I mean, it started in the first inning, the two strike double, and then the 11 pitch at bat there from Hallmark. I mean, absolutely set the tone for the game. Moving the runner over, and then Schwelly putting the ball in play with two strikes. Yeah, and there was, one of the things I told the team after the game was it would have very easily could have been one of those days where you look up and go, man, we were so close. Bryce Matthews just missed hitting two 3-run home runs in the first 4 innings of the game. But if you're not able to or not willing to sacrifice for your team and just do the small things like we did in that 5th inning there, you don't probably win that game. So that's where it shows up. I mean, it shoulda, coulda, wouldas. The wind's blowing in. Wind knocked it down. It's okay. We'll find some other ways to get it done.
How much of some of those plays, like Spencer laying down a bunt, like Joe pulling back the bat and hitting the double, like how much of that was the call, and how much of that is what the players are doing instinctually in the moment?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, we like to give the guys the freedom to play the game and to we talk the situations and we talk about it in practice, and there's things that we work on. They work on within their skill set in the cages when nobody's watching. So some of it, Coach Harvell continues to do a great job with just getting the guys ready to go offensively and finding a way to get them around the bases. And our guys continue to do a great job of just finding a way to get it done. So again, we just got to keep it going.
Chris Bassinet.
Well, what can you say about your guys' execution? That you mentioned that little slash play with Joe, and he talked about you guys practicing that throughout the week after you saw it on film. I guess, what does that say to your guys that they're able to execute that situation and have it work out the way it did?
Well, we have a saying around here. It's execution's all about attitude, and you got to have attitude to do it, and you've got to have the attitude of I'm eager to get it done. Not that okay, well I'll try it if it comes up, or maybe I'll give it a shot, or just kind of just go through the motions with it. You got to have the attitude to do it, and in order to execute at a high level, that's what you got to have. And up to this point, the 9 guys that we put in the lineup, and then guys that we bring off the bench, and guys every day at practice, they're willing to do and eager to do what it takes to get the job done.
Michael Brunt.
Will, what did you see from Cade in his outing tonight?
Yeah, I thought he set the tone nicely for us. He had the changeup going again. I mean, back to a 4-pitch mix. I think last week it was more 1.5 pitches, and he just competed his way through it. Today he had 4 pitches going against a really good hitting team, a team that's been swinging the bats really well. Obviously, a huge moment in that game in the middle innings where he's able to get us off the field with just the one run there, leave the bases loaded. Gave us a shot to come back with the 3 spot. I mean, that was obviously really huge, and that's what you got to have. You got to have your Friday night guy make those pitches in those big spots, save the bullpen a little bit, and give your offense a chance to get rolling.
One other quick one with Bryce. Obviously, had a pretty good day swinging the bat, but is he just, I guess at this point in the season, just looking more comfortable at the plate than maybe where he was at the start of the season?
Yeah, I thought he started the season out fine. I thought, he got some big hits for us early, and then had to deal with a little bit of failure and then a little bit of guessing and a little bit of, kind of get caught in between at times and maybe doubting himself probably for the first time in his life. I can tell you this, all of his teammates and coaches have the utmost faith in him. He's an exceptional baseball player. He's an exceptional talent. He works incredibly hard. He's an amazing teammate. When he wasn't playing every day, never missed a beat, right there behind his brothers. I mean, it's one of those guys. I mean, he's a really good player. And right now what you're seeing with the confidence is just a little more commitment in his approach and with his swings. And when you take committed swings, when you've got bat speed and strength, you got a chance to drive the ball. And like I said, I mean, he just missed having a 3 home run game and ended up still driving in a couple runs.
At this point in the season, are guys like Anderson and Matthews, are they seeing different pitches at the plate than maybe what they were a month ago?
Yeah, I think you just always have to evolve and adapt as a hitter. You get the more information gets out there. But again, I think at the end of the day, I know at the end of the day, it always just revolves back to doing what you do best and just sticking with that and just being that guy and trusting that that's going to be good enough. And they may get you sometimes, but if you're committed enough to what you do and your approach and your at bats, then you got a shot when you got some talent, and that's what you're seeing with those freshmen. Just stick with their approach, keep coming, and you've seen it up and down the lineup as well.
All right, a couple more. Evan Bland.
Will, are you guys to the point in your lineup that you kind of like it where you have kind of a set top six and then you're able to rotate kind of that bottom third, based on matchups or hot hands or things like that? Is that about where you guys want to be in terms of kind of defining roles for guys in this offense?
I think so. I mean, I think we've settled in and had a nice stretch here where we're able to score some runs and put together some big innings and consistent scoring with those top six in the order. And then, that, like you said, depending on who's catching that day, maybe some matchups left, right at the plate or on the mound. I'm sorry. Maybe can determine some of the other spots in the lineup. But again, a guy like Roscom stepping in and playing first base at a pretty high level. I mean, incredible plays there by him defensively, drew 3 walks. I mean, again, those guys are just finding a way to get the job done even when they're not necessarily getting a lot of hits.
All right, last one, Cole Peterson.
Hey, Will, just what do you have to say about Schwellenbach today and his performance, knocking in 3 runs and then obviously coming in there in the 9th and closing the door on Maryland?
Yeah, I mean, it's a case of a guy who's a really talented player who's playing for the team and doing what it takes to get the job done for the team day in and day out. He's not worried about anything else. He's just going out there and competing with his teammates. And he's talented, and he just shows up ready to play every day. And he's played an exceptional shortstop. Moving the baseball with 2 strikes, like you said, in the first inning. They get a pop-up when it's 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, trying to swing the momentum back in their direction. Hits a flat ball to the middle of the field, lays down a bunt for a hit, and then comes and closes the game. So super talented player, but the thing I'm most proud about with Spencer is he's just doing everything with the team at the front of his mind. And you do that, then good things happen, especially when you're a great player like he is.
All right, that's it for Coach Bolt. We'll have Bryce Matthews on here in just a second.
Thank you.